welcome to Car Firm. Today we have our 64 plate Mercedes B180 CDI with us, and here to give you a virtual tour of this vehicle, to give you some feedback on how the car drives, how everything feels as well. If you're looking to buy this car with a click and collect or a home delivery service, this will give you a bit more information about how the car handles, how it drives, how everything feels, from engine, gearbox, suspension down to brakes. Now, starting with the steering on this car, it's actually a very nice and relaxed steering, especially when you're in eco mode. Throttle response is not as sharp, and steering wheel, like I said, is very nice and easy to use. So that will be handy in terms of shopping centres, car parks, town centres and stuff like that. Obviously, as you change through the modes, so as you go into sport, steering wheel feedback is a lot more responsive, and the gearbox as well is affected by that, which we'll go into. But in terms of the steering wheel itself, there's no tracking issues, there's no balancing issues. It just sits dead straight, nice and easy to use. The second thing is the gearbox. So we've got an automatic gearbox with this vehicle, and the gearbox works really well because it's actually really quick to respond, and it's very, very smooth. Some cars, obviously, you get the gearbox where it's a bit juddery, you feel every single gear change, but with this car it is super smooth. And overall, in fact, if you change it over to manual, because obviously when you go into sport mode, the gearbox obviously automatically kicks down one gear lower. However, when you go manual, obviously you have full control, and even just using the flappy paddles now, if I want to shift into second now, there's no delay with the gearbox whatsoever. Still going through the gears manually, it's just very, very quick to respond. So that gearbox works very well. And the suspension on this car as well, it's actually a very comfortable car. It's very practical, obviously, but the comfort is very, very noticeable. Suspension does a very good job of handling little bumps and stuff on the road, and even with the dips and stuff like that, when you're on the road, you still feel the car being very, very stable and very solid, and it just adds to the overall comfort of this car. If you're doing a long journey or anything like that, and you're on the motorway, country roads, you are guaranteed to be very comfortable in this car. And you get a nice seating position as well, because it is higher than your average car and of this class, but obviously it's a very nice cabin to sit in, very nice seating position. The brakes, they're also very strong, so we're at 50 miles an hour now, so without doing an emergency brake, just using the brakes, see how they work. They are very strong. In fact, you don't have to press these brakes all the way at all. The moment you start touching the brakes, you feel how strong they are, and it actually brings you to stop very quickly. So in fact, if you did do an emergency brake, you will stop very, very quickly in this car. And the engine's got a bit of power as well. I mean, plenty of power, because there's a lot of torque with this. So if I wanted to pick up speed now, the gearbox will automatically kick down, and you feel the torque through the whole rev range, and it just pulls really hard. So overall, I would say this car drives really well, from the engine, gearbox, down to suspension, the steering. Everything works absolutely spot on. If you're interested in this car, head over to our website, carfirm.co.uk. You can reserve it with a fully refundable £100, and we will hold it for you for 7 days. And here at Car Firm, we have over 100 cars in stock at all times. We offer very competitive finance packages. We offer tailor-made mats, extended warranties, and paint protection. So any questions regarding this vehicle, feel free to get in touch with us, and we look forward to hearing from you.